All right, so today we are going to look at Python data types. And before we do that, just a quick recap, just a quick recap of what we considered in our last video. We we said that everything in Python is an object, where we said that if we should type 5 is an object. Michael is an object. 3.14 is an object. Even the word true is an object. False is an object. And we said that variable is more or less like a container that holds our objects. Take for instance the word to the left here, which is name. The word to the left here, which is name, is the variable, why this is the variable, why this is the value or the object that is inside the variable. And we also said that with the print statement or the print function, we can tell Python to give us the content of that particular variable. And here, vegetable is the variable or the container, right? And the carrots, broccoli, spinach, they are the contents, what the variable or the container holds. And with the print vegetable or print statement, we can tell Python, please give us the content of that container. So with this understanding, I would like us to proceed to what we have today, which is Python data type. With this understanding of variable, you'll be able to have the fundamental or foundational knowledge of what data types really is in Python. Now, what we are going to do now, we're going to create another file. We're going to create another file, and this file we're going to name it data types. Data types.py. It's still going to be a Python file. Yes, so inside this one, we're going to write Python code relating to what we are considering today. And let's proceed to my slide and see what we have here. So we are looking at data types today. Okay, so what we are going to be learning today is we're going to understand what a data type is. And also we're going to learn the eight core Python data types. Wow, this is amazing. And lastly, we are still going to learn how to use the type function. This is an inbuilt function in Python, type function, to determine or to know the type of data type that we are working with in Python. Then now, what is a data type? From the previous knowledge we had about variable, a variable is like a container that houses or holds our objects or values. Now, data type tells Python what kind of value that is inside that container. What type of value is inside that container? Data type will tell Python, yes. So the knowledge of data type helps us to understand the kind of the kind of value that is inside or stored in our variable. Yes. So data type tells Python what kind of value a variable stores. What kind of value a variable stores. So why does Python need data type, or why does this really matter? Why does this really matter? It matters because the first one, to know how to store data. Yes, because the reason is because as you begin to work with data, you begin to understand that data increases in sizes. Data increases in sizes. As you work with large volumes of data from 1,000 rows to 10,000 rows, 1 million rows, you begin to see that this size of data, as it increases, the memory that, or the space that this data occupies begin to what to be it begin to increase. And the more the memory increases, performance or system performance, it begins to reduce. So knowing the type of data, or the data type which you that you will store your data with, matters. Yes, it matters, because if you don't store it rightly, it will occupy large volume of your space, and that will reduce the efficiency of your machine. It will reduce the efficiency. So it matters. And also, while working in the cloud, the larger your memory, or the larger your data size, the more the costs, especially with AWS services like the EC2. The more your memory size, the more the costs. And the lesser the size, the lesser the cost. So this knowledge is very, very important, to know how to store your data. Then secondly, to know what operations that are allowed. What operations that are allowed. Yes, you cannot work with different data types at the same time, like combining two different data types together. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. For it to work, you need to typecast. You need to change from one particular data type to the similar data type, so that it can work together. Yes, you cannot add, take for instance in mathematics. Even in mathematics, you take a number and a letter, you want to add it together, you see, because they are not. But if you do number plus number, especially 2 plus 2, you get 4. But if you do 2 plus a, what would that give to you? So you need to know the data type, so that you will know which operations that are allowed in Python. And thirdly, if you know the type of data, it will prevent invalid operations. So as you proceed with your operations in Python, you will know which operations that are invalid, that you should not perform. So that is a general overview of what data type is and why it matters. Now, the first data type we're going to be looking at is integer. Integer. Yes, and this refers to whole numbers. In our last video, we talked about objects, and we said 5 is an object. This 5 is an integer. Why? Because it's a whole number. And in this video, we said that we're going to be using the type function to determine, or to know, the type of data type we are working with. Now, this is 5. Now, let's assign 5 to a variable, and we're going to say age is equal to 5. So let's say the baby's age is 5. The baby's age is 5, and let's print the type of let's print the type of data type. Yeah, so let's print So let's see what this is. So with this print statement, we are putting the type function inside the print statement. So type of age, we want to know the type of age, and remember age is 5. So we want to know what type 5 is, what data type 5 is. And in order to do that, please let's open our terminal, because from our terminal we'll be able to see the output of our code. And remember, to switch to your terminal, you press Ctrl plus backtick key, or you can come to view, then you click on terminal. So let's run this code now. We should run this code. You see that the class is what? Int. The class is int. The class is int. Yes, so this is an integer. Perfect. So integer refers to whole numbers. Now let's move to the next data type, which is float. Float refers to decimal numbers. These are numbers, but they contains decimal places, right? Decimal numbers. And let's check it out in Python. Let's check it out. Now, take for instance, we say the age of this baby is 5.22, right? 5.22. So let's print the age. Initially it was an int. So let's print it to see what it will give to us now. I want us to close this terminal. Let's clear this off and let's run this. So if you should run this now, you see it has changed from what now? From int to float, right? It has changed to float. Yes, it has changed to float. Now, if I can still take it back. If I change it to 10, 10 has no decimal place. This is a whole number. So let's run this. You'll see that it has changed to what? Integer. It has changed to what? Integer. It has changed to integer. So that is the difference between integer and floats. That's the difference between integer and float. Now, the next data type is string. String refers to text. Text, these are texts, and usually they are usually placed inside quotes, or it can be single quotes or double quotes. So string refers to text. So let's go back to Python and let's clear the terminal. Type the word clear, press enter. Then let's see. Let's change the age, this variable. Let's change it to name, and let's put my name there. Put my name there, Michael. Now let's print the type. Print the type name. So if we should print this now, let's run this and see. So the class now has changed to what? String. Can you see it? It has changed to string. So string refers to text. It refers to text, and they are usually placed inside single quotes or double quotes. All right, so that is for string data type. Now we have the Boolean data type. This refers to either true or false in Python. Either true or false. Boolean refers to true or false. True or false. Okay, let's write a code for this. Now let's take for instance, we have age variable, and let's say this age is 25. This young man is 25 years old, and let's say has license. Does he have a license? Let's say, okay, he has license. This young man has license, and we want to see if he can okay, let's say has ID. Let's say ID. If he has an ID, let's allow him to enter the club. So there is a club and the criteria to be admitted or to enter into the club is you must have, your age must be 25, or it must be 25 and above, and you must have an ID, right? Now let's write the criteria now. So it has, okay, it should enter so it should enter the club if his age is, if the age is 25, if the age is 25 and has ID. So if he has an ID and has an ID, should be strictly equal to true, right? So we should be able to what? Enter the club. So let's print enter club. Let's print enter club. So let's print this enter club and see what we'll get in our terminal. Let's clear this terminal. Let's clear the terminal and print enter club. Okay, please don't worry about the too much code. The idea is just to understand this Boolean data type. Now we can see that because these two criteria are met, the Boolean data type is more or less like conditional statements. It's conditional. So if these two conditions are met, right? Because the age is greater than or equal to 25 and has ID, so is equal to true. So because these two conditions are met, when we printed this enter club, which is the variable here, when we printed it, it's now true. You can see it here, it's true. But if we should change here now, the age, let's change the age to 21. You see that the two conditions are not met. So let's see what will be our output. It has now changed to false. You see? So this is Boolean data type. True or false? True or false? All right, so let's move to the next data type. Next one is list. List refers to ordered items. Ordered items. So, and one thing you should use to distinguish list from other data type, especially those that uses some of this some of these, should I call them science 9? Yeah, it's these square brackets. So square brackets, you see, with list you see items or objects that are ordered, that are listed inside square brackets, separated with comma. Yes. So let's move to Python and see what we have. Now, take for instance, we can say an orange. No, we can say colors. Yes, colors. So we can put these colors inside a list. So we can say red. Okay, red. So let's end it with yellow now. So this is a list, right? This is a list. Sorry, I forgot to put them inside forgot to put them inside double quotation marks. Now this is a list. The reason is because it's in order and is inside square brackets, separated with commas. Now one characteristics of list data type is that they are mutable. They can be modified. You can change one or two things inside this list. Take for instance, we can decide to add, yes, we can add another object, another value or item inside this list. So with that, we can say, okay, colors dot append. Thank you. Yes. So let's append purple color inside this color. So let's do and print. Let's print colors now. So if you print this color, let's clear this terminal using the word clear. I mean the clear. Then let's see from our terminals if this purple color will be added to this list of items, right? So let's run this and see. Perfect. You can see that from here this purple has been added, but initially when it was created it was not there. You can see that it was not here initially, but as soon as we make this modification, it has now been added. So with lists, you can modify, you can change the items, you can modify it. It's mutable. You can change it. Now, let's move to the next data type, which is tuple. The difference between the tuple and the list is that the list is mutable, modifiable, but tuple, you can't change it. Once it's created, it is created. Once it's created, it is created. And in tuple, you don't use square brackets. You use this open and closing parentheses. So let's try to create a tuple and try to modify it if it will work. Now, what I will just do, I will still work with this color. Then I will change it so that open and closing parentheses. Let's change it. I think that's the only thing that we need to change here, and we still work with the same thing. Now, good. Now we've changed it. Now this is now a tuple, right? Now we want to append just the same way we did for list. The same way we did for list, let's try to append purple to these items inside this tuple. Colors.append purple. This is going to throw an error. So let's run this. You see, it has thrown an error. Attribute error. Tuple. You see, tuple, object has no attribute append. So what if we want to assign, okay, let me not just go let me not go there, because I'm trying to keep everything simple. But working with index in Python, working with index in Python, this first item here, we take the index of 0. This second one, we take the index of 1. This is 2, and this is 3. So if we are to change here now, we want to change the item. With the index of 2. I want to reassign it. Like, I want to change that item with index of 2. So 0, 1, 2. So this blue, I want to change blue to purple. So I want to assign it to purple. Let's see if it will work. Let's run it. I want to clear this terminal. So let's see if it will work now. So what I'm doing basically here is the item at the index of 2, which is 0, 1, 2, which is purple, which is blue. I want to reassign it to purple. I want to change it to purple. So let's run it. Now it's going to still throw an error. Tuple object does not support item assignment. So tuple does not support item assignment. But what will happen if we change it back to list? Changing back to list, let's remove this and put the square bracket. That's the only thing we need to change. Let's change it. Let's add the square bracket, right? Yes. Add square brackets. And now run the same code. You will see now that blue will be changed to purple, because now we are working with list data type. You see, so we have red, green, blue, but here, take a look at this. Yes, here we have red, blue, red, green, blue, and here now it has been changed red, green, purple. So list can be modified, right? Tuple cannot be modified. All right, so that's fine. Let's proceed to the next data type. The next data type on the list is sets. Sets returns unique values. Sets returns unique values, and you can see that is inside, the values are inside curly braces. The values are inside curly braces, not square bracket, not open and closing parentheses, but inside curly braces. Now we can still work with this, right? So let's put the values inside curly braces, open and closing curly braces. So what set does is, if our the items here contains duplicates. Take for instance, let's make red to appear 2 times. Let's duplicate red. So I'm going to put red here as well. So let's put red here. Now we're having red now in 2 places, right? Yes, we're having red in 2 places now. We are now having red in 2 places. Let's remove this and clear this terminal. Now we want to print colors. Let's print. Ordinarily with lists, what we will see is all the items in this place, all of them is what we will see in our terminal. But now, because we are working with sets will return only unique values. So now if we should run this code now, instead of having red 2 times, red will just appear once. You see? So how many red do we have before we run the code? How many red? Just how many red? We're having 2. Now after running the code, how many red is there at the terminal? Just 1. Why? Because we are working with sets. So sets return only unique values. All right, so the next on our list is dictionaries. Dictionary refers to key value pairs. Key value pairs, that's dictionary. And the value towards the left is the key, and the one to the right is the value. And while working with API data, what you return is JSON files, and JSON files are in dictionary formats. JSON files are in dictionary formats. All right, so that is that for dictionaries, and we've already looked at the type function, and we saw how we could use the type function to get the particular type of data we are working with in Python. Now, just a quick, let's wrap it up. Now, colors. Now, let's print the type. Yeah, let's print the type of colors, because I believe we didn't do this for tuple and lists. Let's print it. All right. Now this is in curly braces, and remember, when we are using curly braces, we are working with what? Sets. That returns a unique value. So let's run to see the data type, if Python will tell us the type of data this is. So let's run it now. Perfect. You can see that it's a set, right? Class is what? Set. And the same way we can change this now, because we didn't do it for lists. Let's change it to square brackets. If we should change it to square brackets and run it, you see that it will give us the class as list. So this is a list, right? List. So what if we change it to for tuple? Now we said tuple is open and closing parentheses. So if we change to parentheses, what will it give to us? So let's run it and see. You see that it gives us, what is it returning? Bro, don't misbehave, bro. What is it returning? All right, so it returned tuple. Perfect. It returned tuple. Perfect. All right, so that is it. And that is how. And we said that list is mutable, tuple is unique, and dictionary refers to key value pair data formats. Then a quick quiz for you in 2 minutes. Which stores key value pairs? 1, 2. Perfect. The answer is dictionary. Dictionary stores key value pairs. Second, which removes duplicates? 1, 2. Perfect. The one that removes duplicates, the data type that removes duplicates is set. Set removes duplicates. Thirdly, which stores text? Which stores text? 1, 2. The one that stores text is string data type. Clap for yourself. You did excellently well. You did excellently well. So that's the end of the video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, if it was useful or helpful to you, please do well to drop a like, drop a comment, and help me to repost. This motivates me to do more videos like this. Thank you very much, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.